Welcome to the program. The push for Parliament to remove Kenya from the Rome Statute makes up our developing story this afternoon. Right, Parliament has reconvened to have a final push to remove Kenya from the ICC, just coming days before the case against William Ruto at the ICC is set to start. Now, the National Assembly reconvenes this afternoon for a special sitting to debate a motion to pull out of the Rome Statute. The motion will be moved by Majority Leader Aden Duale. Now, the session has been preceded by parliamentary group meetings of both the Jubilee and CORD coalitions. While Jubilee is pushing for the adoption of the Duale motion, CORD is opposed, saying the motion is ill-timed. We're now joined by Katie and Sam Ogina live from Parliament buildings with the very latest on this matter. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Bonnie Tunya. Indeed, we are live from Parliament buildings, and I've just been informed that ODM parliamentary group meeting has actually ended, and ODM has resolved that is not going to support the motion that is going to be tabled by Majority Leader, that is Aden Duale, to repeal the International Crimes Act, that is to actually essentially initiate the process of removing the country from the Rome Statute that domesticated the ICC. Now, in under 1.5 hours, parliamentarians will start streaming into this building with that is the Jubilee Alliance parliamentarians actually having finished their parliamentary group meeting equally at the Pan-Africa Hotel and crystallizing their support for the Duale motion, that is the motion to actually remove the country from the International Criminal Court as a member state. Now, Bonnie, what I can tell you is that the motion is ready. The order paper, of which I'm holding in my hand right here, is actually with very bold writing. If you could see, that is order of the day, special sitting of Parliament. Now, if I can just bring you to speed with what this motion intends to do, is that it is actually in two phases, and that is the first one of the motion is actually to urge parliamentarians, that is to repeal the International Crimes Act, and equally urge the government to commence petitioning, that is the United Nations Security Council, to remove the country from the Rome Statute. Now, here's the deal. What Duale wants is that within 30 days of passing this motion, then a bill to be introduced in Parliament to repeal the Rome Statute. Bonnie?
Right, Sam, again, and of course we do understand that whether or not Kenya pulls out of the ICC, that has no bearing whatsoever on the cases before the ICC currently going, right?
Well, that is very true, and in fact, that is Duale, the Majority Leader, actually alluded that his motion actually has nothing to do with the cases going on in the International Criminal Court facing Deputy President William Ruto, whose trial begins on 10th, and that is the president himself, President Uhuru Kenyatta. But what Duale says is that, and it is a view that is shared across the board in the Jubilee Alliance, is that the motion seeks to cushion Kenyans, any Kenyan, from facing a foreign judicial jurisdiction, that no Kenyan for that matter should actually be ferried into a foreign country to face a judicial process that is facing President Uhuru Kenyatta, Deputy President William Ruto, and radio journalist Joshua Arap Sang. Now, we understand that Deputy President William Ruto is actually scheduled to travel from the country to The Hague on Monday, and he'll be accompanied by at least 40 or so parliamentarians from the Jubilee Alliance. What we also understand is the Jubilee Alliance leaders, parliamentarians, when I say parliamentarians, that means members from the National Assembly and the members from the Senate, have actually said that they're going to accompany the Deputy President all across, and also hold prayer rallies for the two when they are at The Hague. Those who will be accompanying the leaders at The Hague, and also a group that will be having prayer rallies across the country as this process continues. Bonnie?
All right, Sam Ogina, many thanks for that update coming from Parliament. Of course, in our subsequent bulletins, we'll be there for you to bring you the latest happenings regarding this particular move of parliamentarians to remove Kenya from the Rome Statute.